For the Tuesday, February 11 episode of The Young and the Restless, spoilers photos show Damian having to explain himself while Summer and Kyle try to get along. Scenes from Genoa City. Expects some serious fireworks over at Nate's condo. Amy wants answers from her wayward son. What kind of game is Damian playing, and why did he stay hidden to that extent? Damian has his reasons, and it's time he shares them with his mother. No more secrets, no more lies, and no more running. Will Amy and Damian find a way to reconcile the past so they can share the future? Amy's ultimate wish was to find her son and make things right. Now is her chance, and she's determined not to mess this up. She'll do just about anything to get Damian back in her life, especially since she's facing the end. Meanwhile, Summer wraps up her evening with Harrison and Kyle. It seems like she and the little boy have a bit of an emotional moment. Summer has stayed connected to her son, despite all the hot and cold drama with Kyle. Can the adults keep up this peace and tranquility? It may only be a matter of time before Summer and Kyle are at each other's throats again. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The storm is brewing in Genoa City, and secrets that have long been hidden beneath the surface are finally beginning to unravel. Sharon finds herself at a critical crossroads, battling both the weight of her past mistakes and the relentless pursuit of redemption. As she struggles to reclaim her sense of self, Phyllis is on a warpath, determined to see justice served on her own terms. Meanwhile, Nate is caught in the middle of a dangerous conflict with Hold'em, a situation that threatens not only his safety, but the fragile alliances that have been keeping Genoa City from descending into complete chaos. Sharon has always prided herself on her resilience, but the whispers of betrayal and accusations surrounding her have begun to take their toll. With every step she takes toward redemption, another roadblock appears, forcing her to confront the ghosts of her past. One evening, as the rain batters against her window, she realizes that she can no longer run from her mistakes. If she truly wants to move forward, she must face the truth head-on. But is she ready to pay the price? Phyllis, on the other hand, has no interest in redemption, only revenge. Fueled by years of bitterness and betrayal, she has set her sights on those who have wronged her, vowing that they will suffer the consequences of their actions. Nick tries to reason with her, but Phyllis is unyielding. "I will not rest until justice is served," she declares, her eyes blazing with determination. She's planning something big, something that could shift the balance of power in Genoa City forever. But in her thirst for retribution, she may be underestimating the storm she's about to unleash. As Sharon and Phyllis prepare for their respective battles, Nate finds himself in a far more immediate danger. He has been trying to keep his distance from Hold'em, but the situation has escalated beyond his control. What started as a simple misunderstanding has turned into a full-blown power struggle, with Nate trapped in the middle. Hold'em is relentless, determined to take down anyone who stands in his way, and Nate quickly realizes that he is running out of options. Desperate for guidance, he turns to Audra, who warns him that things are far worse than he realizes. Hold'em isn't just playing games, Nate, Audra tells him in a hushed voice. He's out for blood. If you don't tread carefully, you could be next. Amy, a key player in this unfolding drama, is also facing mounting pressure. Her carefully constructed facade is beginning to crack, and those around her are starting to see the truth. When Audra confronts her about her deception, Amy is quick to deflect, but Audra isn't backing down. "We know what you've done, Amy. You can't hide forever." But Amy isn't one to back down either. Enraged by Audra's accusations, she lashes out, determined to protect her secrets at all costs. "You think you can expose me?" she spits. "You have no idea who you're dealing with." As tensions reach a boiling point, the entire city braces for impact. Sharon is standing at the edge of a precipice, torn between seeking forgiveness and holding onto her pride. Phyllis is plotting her ultimate act of revenge, a move that could have far-reaching consequences. Nate is running out of time, and with Hold'em closing in, he may not have a way out. And Amy, well, Amy's wrath is just beginning. In the world of the young and the restless, power is fleeting, alliances shift like the wind, and the truth is always buried beneath layers of deception. As the storm gathers strength, every character is faced with a choice: fight for redemption or be consumed by the darkness. But with so many secrets at stake, one thing is certain: Genoa City will never be the same again. The young and the restless spoilers Billy Abbott and Sally Spectra will cross paths in the park, so they'll be together when Chelsea Lawson and Adam Newman appear after a family therapy session with Connor Newman. As Adam and Chelsea offer positive updates on that session, there will be plenty of awkwardness with Sally and Billy. Once Chelsea and Adam take off, Sally will admit she sees something unbreakable between them, and that means there's no going back for her. A reunion will be off the table for Billy and Chelsea as well, but he'll admit he's having a hard time letting go. Sally will assure Billy that he'll get there as they share a nice bonding moment. Over with Audra Charles, she'll give Nate Hastings the news about her glissade firing, though she won't want him to ruin what they share by offering advice. Nate will give Audra support instead, so she'll kiss him passionately after his pep talk about how she'll bounce back. Once Lily Winters meets with Devin Hamilton Winters, she'll fill him in on Nikki Newman's confession. Lily will rant about Victor Newman manipulating her and warn Devin not to say he told her so. Devin will want Lily to join their family business now, but she'll be stuck on saving Chancellor. Lily will plan to use the fact that Billy and Victor underestimate her to her advantage, but Devin will seem concerned about her getting tangled up in the feud. Afterward, Lily will get Jill Abbott on a video call. Jill will admit she knew about Billy firing Lily since she talked to Chancellor, but she thought he'd come to his senses and ask her back. When Lily reveals that Billy hired Phyllis Summers and isn't concerned enough about Victor's threat, Jill won't be pleased. Lily will act like Billy's going to crash and burn, so she'll fear he's going to drag the whole company down with him. Jill will be upset over coddling Billy to the point that she could lose Abbott Chancellor. Since Jill will be feeling much better following her treatments, she'll insist on handling out-of-control Billy herself. At the coffee house, Jack Abbott and Diane Jenkins Abbott will make phone calls regarding the stolen product situation before another fight breaks out. Diane will leave in a huff and call Michael Baldwin to meet with her at the GCAC. Once Diane shares Kyle Abbott's betrayal and the escalating tension with Jack, she'll fear Jack regrets marrying her. Nearby, Victor won't be surprised or alarmed over Nikki telling Lily the truth. It was something Victor expected eventually, so he'll reassure Nikki and make a prediction about this being the beginning of the end for Billy. Victor will eventually push Diane's buttons in front of Michael and act like she came back to town for money and power, not to restore her family. As far as Victor's concerned, the dissolution of Diane's marriage will be imminent now that Jack is finally seeing her greed. After Diane stomps off, Victor will tell Michael that Jack and Diane's imminent split makes him happy. Since Jabad is also set to fail, Victor will feel confident that the Abbotts will be humiliated and will gloat over his plan working out. Back at Crimson Lights, Jack will spot Chelsea and Adam together. While Chelsea is on a phone call, Jack will speak with Adam and assume he's the reason for Billy's break from Chelsea. Adam will acknowledge that he's sorry for Billy and Sally's pain, but he won't be sorry about getting close to Chelsea over Connor's issues. Connor needs both his parents on the same page, so Jack will understand that. Although Jack will worry that he's lost Kyle as his son, Adam will offer some supportive words. Once Jack takes off, Chelsea will ask Adam if Jack's okay since he seemed a little intense. He will be, and so will we, Adam will tell Chelsea as he stares into her eyes on Monday's I and R episode. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Chelsea and Adam could still have a chance at a future together, so stay tuned. Is where you want to be for Hot Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, updates, and news, so visit us often for more Y&R details. Fans of The Young and the Restless were only too tickled when Melissa Ordway's handsome real-life husband Justin Gaston filled in as Chance when the Jill's grandson embarked on his ill-fated marriage to Abby. But that collision of art and life needn't be the end of the couple's on-screen collaboration. It would be so fun to have him come back on as a new character, Ordway tells Soaps.com. There are even a bunch of legacy characters that Gaston could play, from Laurie Prentice, Never So Erased son Brooks, to a recast Noah Newman to Victor Newman's nephew. Originally, I wanted Justin to come on as a new love interest for Abby, Ordway recalls, but now she's with Devon, and I love that relationship so much that she'd be the last person to advocate for a breakup. So, Ordway concludes, I might have to let him be for someone else. Considering how often couples get together and fall apart in Genoa City, there would be no shortage of potential romantic interests for Gaston, who originated the role of Ben on Days of Our Lives. Would you like to see him return to Young and Restless on a more permanent basis? And if so, with whom would you be most curious about seeing him paired? The Young and the Restless fans were thrilled when Melissa Ordway's real-life husband, Justin Gaston, filled in as Chance Chancellor. However, their collaboration doesn't have to end there. Gaston could always return as another character. Melissa Ordway has plenty of ideas. The Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that Melissa would find it interesting for Justin to return as a new character. Gaston could play several people, from Laurie Prentice son Brooks to a recast Noah Newman to Victor Newman's nephew. Ordway says, originally, I wanted Justin to come on as a new love interest for Abby, but now she's with Devon, and I love that relationship so much. With that, Ordway would be the last person to be lobbying for a new love interest. So, Ordway continues, I might have to let him be for someone else. We and our spoilers, there are always single ladies in Genoa City. Genoa City seems to have a revolving door when it comes to relationships. There shouldn't be any reason why Gaston could certainly have his choice in woman at this time. There are a few single women who are looking for Mr. Right. Chance has a couple of exes that Gaston could be with. Sharon Newman and Summer Newman may need a shoulder to cry on if things don't work out with Nick and Chance respectively. Get ready for a seismic shift in Genoa City. The latest episodes of The Young and the Restless deliver a bombshell that will leave viewers reeling. Victor Newman, the undisputed king of the city, facing his own mortality, makes a monumental decision. He chooses his successor. But this isn't the predictable coronation many anticipated. While the Newman family is rife with speculation, with Victoria, Nick, and Adam all vying for the top spot, Victor's choice is a masterclass in unexpected twists. Forget the family drama you've come to expect. This is a new level of conflict. Victor's decision is deeply personal and calculated, a move that reflects years of complex relationships and carefully hidden grudges. He doesn't simply hand over the reins to the most competent or the most loyal. He chooses based on a strategic assessment of the future of Newman Enterprises, a move that will undoubtedly shake the foundations of the company and the city itself. Prepare for a whirlwind of betrayals and alliances as Victor's choice sends shockwaves through the family. Expect the unexpected. Long-held resentments boil over, surprising alliances are forged, and established dynamics are irrevocably altered. Loyalties are tested and shattered, leaving viewers questioning who truly can be trusted amidst the turmoil. The repercussions of Victor's decision spread far and wide, leaving no character untouched by the dramatic fallout. And then there's the Adam and Nikki saga. Their relationship, already fraught with tension and complicated history, explodes into a full-blown conflict. Long-simmering resentments, fueled by Victor's choice and years of past grievances, finally erupt. Their battle isn't just a personal one, it carries significant weight within the Newman Empire. Their clash threatens not only their personal lives, but also the stability of Newman Enterprises, making for a thrilling and unpredictable battle for power, influence, and ultimately, revenge. Their conflict is interwoven with Victor's legacy, becoming a crucial element in the power struggle that ensues after his decision. The fallout from Victor's decision creates a complex web of intrigue and deceit. Old wounds are reopened, hidden truths are revealed, and shocking secrets are brought to light, forcing characters to confront their past actions and their present motivations. The entire Newman family is embroiled in the struggle, each member fighting for their place in the new order and ultimately for survival. This isn't simply about business, it's about legacy, power, and the very soul of the Newman dynasty. Get ready for a thrilling ride filled with betrayals, unexpected alliances, and heart-stopping moments that will leave you breathless. This is not an episode to miss. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of February 10 to 14 suggest Genoa City can be a revolving door where characters come and go, only to return again. Learn more about the casting changes that will take place over the next 5 days by reading below. Harrison Abbott's family time. Y&R fans are in store for some cuteness overload during the week of February 10 to 14 as Harrison Abbott, played by young actor Redding Munsell, will pop back on the canvas. Harrison will spend time with his parents, Kyle Abbott and Summer Newman during Monday's show, and he'll somehow finagle his mom to come back to the Abbott mansion for a family dinner and help him out with a school project. While Harrison adores Claire Newman, it's clear that he secretly wishes his parents could reunite. After all, isn't this every child's dream when their parents divorce? Still, it sounds like there will be some awkward moments between Kyle as the week goes on. They'll want to enjoy some family time for Harrison's sake, but also be wary they don't cross any lines as both of them have significant others at the moment. Amy Lewis confrontation. Actress Valerie Pettiford will be back on the canvas over the next 5 days, reprising her role as Amy Lewis. During the Y&R preview video for the week of February 10 to 14, a clip is shown with Amy finally confronting her son, Damian King, about his true paternity. The two are shown, along with Nate Hastings at his condo, hashing everything out. It looks like Damian is pushing back on what his mom has to say, and he also seems very skeptical about Nate. Will these two brothers bond, or will the shock of Amy's news cause Damian to build a wall? Are you excited about the week of February 10 to 14? Join the conversation below. Check out the Y&R on CBS Daily for your fill of Genoa City drama, and visit this site, often for all the best Young and the Restless updates, news, and spoilers. At the Abbott mansion, Diane and Jack share a rare moment of unity, delighted by Billy and Jack's improving relationship. Jack jokes that the Abbott boys are back, while Diane believes their entire family is finally in a good place, especially Kyle, who appears to be falling deeply for Claire. Jack views Kyle's budding romance as a positive influence, offering Claire a loving environment free from unrealistic expectations. However, Jack warns that Victor may attempt to interfere. Diane acknowledges Victor's history, but insists Jack might be overreacting. Jack counters by reminding her how Victor has manipulated Victoria's relationships in the past. While Diane urges caution and wants Kyle and Claire to handle their own issues, Jack remains uneasy. Diane reminds him that Victor's last attempt to sabotage them nearly shattered their family. She points out that Jack himself defied Victor's order to stay away from Nikki and still managed to escape unscathed. Meanwhile, at the park, Kyle notices Claire's radiant happiness. She admits she has many reasons to smile, and Kyle is one of the biggest. She loved hearing Jack's stories about the Abbott legacy and wonders if, one day, Kyle will tell stories about his father. Kyle, flattered, calls Claire remarkable, and they share a romantic kiss. At Crimson Lights, Holden and Nate sit on the patio, engaged in a tense conversation. Nate apologizes for springing the revelation that he is connected to Holden's mother. Holden, taken aback, questions how Nate even knows Amy. Their talk is interrupted when Nikki walks in. Nate politely introduces her, but Nikki barely acknowledges him before walking off. Returning to their discussion, Nate reveals that Amy once worked for his father. Holden, clearly unsettled, admits he knew nothing about this and begins questioning Amy's true motives. Nate suggests Holden meet with Amy for clarity, but Holden refuses, insisting he'll only listen if Nate delivers the message himself. Inside Crimson Lights, Kyle and Claire share details of their pleasant lunch at the Abbott mansion with Nikki, reminiscing about John Abbott. Nikki, nostalgic, expresses how much she still misses John. Kyle playfully jokes that Claire is already an honorary Abbott. However, Nikki's reaction suggests she's not entirely convinced of Claire's place in the family. For 45 years, The Young and the Restless has been ruled by one name, Victor Newman, and behind this legendary character is none other than Eric Braeden, the powerhouse actor who has brought him to life with unmatched charisma, intensity, and drama. From hostile takeovers to fiery romances, Victor Newman has left an unforgettable mark on Genoa City. As we celebrate Braeden's milestone anniversary, let's take a walk down memory lane and relive some of the most jaw-dropping moments that cemented his legacy. The rise of a titan, Victor's early days in Genoa City. Victor Newman first arrived in Genoa City in 1980, a mysterious and ruthless businessman with a past as complex as his future would become. Initially meant to be a short-term role, Eric Braeden's magnetic performance captivated audiences, leading to Victor becoming the show's most iconic figure. One of Victor's earliest power moves, locking his rival, Julia's husband, in a dungeon, that was just the beginning of his reign of dominance. It didn't take long for him to build Newman Enterprises into a financial empire, crushing anyone who dared to stand in his way. Power, love, and betrayal, Victor's greatest feuds. What would Victor Newman be without his legendary rivalries? Over the decades, he has gone head-to-head with some of the most formidable figures in Y&R history, and let's be honest, no one wages war like Victor Newman. Jack Abbott versus Victor Newman. The Abbott-Newman feud is the stuff of Y&R legend. From corporate battles to personal betrayals, their war has lasted for decades. Whether it was Victor stealing Jabot, tricking Jack out of his company, or their countless boardroom showdowns, these two have given us some of the most iconic fights in soap opera history. Victor versus Adam Newman. If there's one thing we know about Victor, it's that he always expects loyalty, especially from his children. His complicated, often toxic relationship with Adam has been filled with manipulation, deception, and betrayals. Whether Victor was faking his own death to test Adam or the two were locked in battle over Newman Enterprises, their father-son war has been must-watch TV. Victor versus Nikki Newman. It's no secret that Nikki is the love of Victor's life, but that hasn't stopped their relationship from being a roller coaster of passion, betrayal, and heartbreak. From multiple marriages and divorces to affairs and shocking revelations, these two have fought hard and loved even harder, proving that some love stories are meant to last a lifetime. Victor's most shocking moments, the twists that left us speechless. Victor Newman is the king of unpredictable moves, and over the years, he has pulled off some of the most shocking stunts in soap opera history. Faking his own death, only Victor Newman could fake his own demise just to test his family's loyalty. When he returned very much alive, the betrayals he uncovered set off an explosive chain reaction. Victor goes to prison. Even the mighty Victor Newman has faced justice. Seeing him behind bars was a moment no fan could forget, especially when he made sure to still pull the strings from prison. Marrying Sharon. When Victor shocked everyone by marrying Sharon Newman, fans were left speechless. Was it love, power, or just another strategic move? Either way, it was one of the most controversial twists in my and our history. Eric Braeden's legacy, the man behind the legend. For 45 years, Eric Braeden has given us power, intensity, and emotion, making Victor Newman one of the most unforgettable characters in daytime television. His deep, commanding voice, his piercing stare, and his ability to make every scene feel electrifying are what have kept audiences glued to their screens for decades. With no signs of slowing down, Victor Newman remains a force to be reckoned with in Genoa City. Whether he's defending Newman Enterprises, reuniting with Nikki, or outsmarting his enemies, one thing is clear: there will never be another Victor Newman. Young and restless Damien is new on the Genoa City scene, but he's already stirring the pot. And the uproar he's causing looks to be growing more intense as this week continues. Speaking of pot stirrers, Nathan Owens, who plays Damien's sidekick Holden, teased his character's connection to a certain Genoa City lady. In a twist that has the potential to be a jaw-dropper, Lily, who's had precious little to do since Jill sold Chancellor out from under her, will cross paths with her cousin Nate's half-brother very soon. However, it's not the fact that they share an encounter that's setting off our soapy radar to such a degree, but the expressions on their faces when it happens. Thanks to a sneak peek photo from an upcoming episode, we can see that Lily appears to be downright startled by running into Damien in crimson lights. Things that make you go, Judging from the looks on both of their faces, there's a definite possibility that this isn't the first time they've met. Lily, as soaps readers will remember, spent some extended time in California with Maddie last year. It was during her time away that Daniel reconnected with the ill-fated Heather, and Devon's sister came home to find herself in an unexpected and infuriating position. But now we find ourselves wondering if Lily crossed paths with Damien whilst in the Golden State. As we all know, that's where Amy's son has been living. It certainly would be a jaw-dropper to discover that Lily had a fling of her own. Of course, we would be shocked if that were the case, given it's been eons since Lily went behind Kane's back with Joe Clark. She's matured tons since then. If anything, she and Damien might have had a flirty conversation in an upscale bar or something. The other potential twist here is that Lily and Damien have never met, but instead fall in love at first sight. That would explain the shell-shocked expressions on their faces in the sneak peek pic, and it would certainly throw everyone involved for a loop. It's worth mentioning that Lily would not be related to Damien by blood, so a romance could most decidedly ensue. Let us know what you think is happening between these two using the comment section. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the next 2 weeks are here. From February 10 to 21, expect Damien King to blow up at Nate Hastings. Meanwhile, Holden runs into a familiar face in Genoa City. Sally Spectra makes a confession. There is also Claire Grace Newman, who is fighting hard for a romance that is doomed to fail. Keep reading and let's talk about what's coming up in the CBS soap opera. Claire Grace Newman's doomed romance. During the week of February 10, expect Claire to work hard to get her grandfather to accept Kyle Abbott. Claire tries talking about all of Kyle's good points to a disbelieving and stunned Victor Newman. Claire even suggested dinner with the three of them. Summer Newman ends up saving Victor on that as Claire's date gets canceled. It seems Claire is fighting so hard for a romance that might fail anyway. Harrison Abbott's family reunion. Speaking of Claire's doomed romance, that brings us to Harrison Abbott. The reason why Claire's date gets canceled is because Harrison begs Kyle and Summer to have a family night. Then Harrison suggests that SKYLE could share a hug just like on Halloween. It seems like little Harrison is trying to reunite his parents. After spending some quality time with Kyle and Harrison, Summer could decide she wants her former flame all to herself again. Summer Newman's cold shoulder. Speaking of Summer, she will run into Sharon Newman. While Sharon will try to be pleasant, Summer gives her the cold shoulder. Sharon will also misunderstand Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson's relationship status. There is also the situation with Damien and Holden. Damien rages at Nate Hastings over scamming Amy Lewis. However, Amy tells Damien that she is the one who looked for Nate in the first place. Later, Nate will continue trying to mend Damien and Amy's relationship. However, both Lely Winters and Divin Hamilton Winters will warn Nate about his new half-brother. Over with Holden, he runs into a familiar face. This sounds interesting. Who could it be? There is also some kind of confession Sally makes. Over with Phyllis Summers, she lays down boundaries. Next 2 weeks, divisions and dynamics. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of February 21 reveal that Sharon and Nick Newman will keep reconnecting. While neither has made any real moves toward romance, Victoria Newman brought up her brother's support of his ex. Nick claimed they just have a long history and share children together. However, it seems there might be more to Schick than just civil co-parenting. Over with Claire and Kyle, will there be a split? It seems that's the way the romance is going, but sometimes the soap surprises us, so stay tuned. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most in the next 2 weeks? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what is coming up next. The Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that during the Monday episode, Summer Newman went to pay her grandpa a visit to make sure he was recovering from his gunshot wound. She interrupted an intense conversation between Claire Newman and Victor Newman, where the moustache was once again advising Claire to stay away from Kyle Abbott. Claire ended up leaving the mansion so Summer and Victor could have a nice catch-up, and during their one-on-one, Victor almost encouraged a style reunion to Summer. What gives? Victor Newman never had an issue with style. Before Summer visited Victor, she and Kyle had a family day with Harrison Abbott. In fact, as Harrison requested that his mom stay for dinner, Kyle was forced to break plans with Claire. The two were supposed to get together with Victor, who was dragging his feet about okaying the entire idea. In some ways, Kyle backing out of this was for the best. Still, Summer noted during her chat with Kyle that he never had to jump through hoops to get Victor's blessing when they were together. Kyle reminded her that a lot had happened between him and the mustache since the days they were together. With that said, after this, Victor almost encouraged Summer to spend time with Kyle when she told him about their supper plans with Harrison. Is Victor's issue with Claire dating Kyle less about Kyle being an Abbott, or more about the fact that he may believe Summer and Kyle belong together? Victor supports a style reunion. Could Victor be in favor of a style reunion? Is this why he's so hesitant to give his blessing to Claire? Then again, Victor may be supportive of a style reunion to simply keep Claire and Kyle apart. He may know that at the end of the day, Summer and Kyle have a breakup/reunite cycle and not worry about them sticking as a couple. He may reason that if he encourages style to reunite, then Claire will see the sparks between them and back off Kyle. Still, maybe little Harrison is a factor for Victor. He may genuinely want to see style reunite so that the little family come back together. Could Victor feel as if Claire is standing in the way of this?